Hi and welcome back to my channel, the Willow Tree Queen. My name's Shelley. I'm just popping on today again, wet hair and while my husband's in the bath, so that I've got some time to record something. I just thought I would do another update on what I've been sewing and things I've been making. So I'm actually wearing two me-made items. Last week I talked about some fabrics that I had got from Pound Fabrics. There was a few stripy, stretchy items in there, and I said I wanted to make a cardigan, which I have done. So this is the cardigan. It's oversized, it's big. This fabric is actually so stretchy. I was thinking of putting pockets on it, but actually they would just sag. So the pattern that I used was actually a free pattern from Melly Sews. She's got a couple of YouTube videos on it, as well as a free pattern you can download. It's only in one size, I think, but it was quite easy to size up for myself. I just sort of cut on the fold a little bit over to give a little bit extra space, and like I said, this fabric is quite stretchy, so very forgiving, and I extended it quite a bit, probably whatever that is, to make it longer, because I wanted it longer. So I just extended the this panel as well. It looks a lot like a cardigan pattern that I've seen a few people making. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I should have written it down. It's very similar to that pattern, but it was a free pattern. So I thought, why not? And I have made one version of this before, but I actually, I had a small remnant of a nice cable knit type thing, and I made a waistcoat from it to go with one of my dresses. So, and then the other thing that I'm wearing is the t-shirt remake, which I've mentioned in a previous vlog. So I had this massive, huge t-shirt that my daughter bought me from Primark, which was really oversized. And what I did was I basically took a t-shirt pattern from the Tilly and the Buttons book, and I laid it over the top of the t-shirt, cut out the new body pieces. I reused and I reset in the original sleeves, so I didn't cut out sleeves, which is why these are so enormous from the original. And I actually reused the neck binding as well. And then I just attached it to this piece of plissé that I had in my stash. And this outfit is quite possibly one of the most comfortablest things ever. This is so soft, and this is so loose and forgiving, and actually I did it longer, so it sort of sits on my waist, so I can put a belt around there and it would look like a t-shirt and skirt, and it would bring that in a bit if I wanted to. So that was a successful make. And I also used the red stripy fabric you can see just there, and created the t-shirt dress using the Love Notions Laundry Day Tea, which is not quite free, but it's only $5, so it's very reasonably priced. I'm just going to show you my pattern because I've used it so much. I think it's probably time that I reprinted this, because I have used and abused this since I got it a long time ago. So there's different lines that you can cut out if you wanted to make it a tank top, and obviously different lengths that you can make. I've folded this bit in because I didn't want it quite so A-line, and I'll put a picture up somewhere of the dress, which I love. It is so soft and so comfy. But yeah, I think this is very used and abused now. I'm also trying to use up the rest of this. There's a little bit left just there, which is really scrappy pieces and odd shapes, but I think that I can probably get a t-shirt out of that even. And I have the Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater cut out in that. The short version, I've got the hemband, sleeves and everything cut out, and that should be quite a quick make, which is not seasonally appropriate because we are supposedly going into spring. This is actually quite a thin knit fabric. I don't know if you can see my hand through there. So it's actually quite a thin t-shirt weight material, so I think even in the summer it's going to be quite nice to wear. So that's the Jarrah sweater, and I got it in the curved version, so you can see the different sizes that it comes in. And I'm going for the View A, I think, yes. So looking forward to that. Other things that I've been making, so I recently discovered how to do crochet. I mentioned in a previous blog that I've sort of cracked it, and I was so pleased because I've tried many times and really failed many times. And anyway, I've created my first finished item. So I've got a little bag here, which I won't bother trying to put on, but so yeah, so I've done the handle. It reminds me of Vanilla Ice coconut nugget, if anyone is familiar with that, so I'm kind of thinking of this as a coconut ice bag. And then I had some other jersey left over from Legend Textiles, I think that came from. Wasn't quite sure what to do with it, and I just put that in as a liner. I put it in the bag inside it, attached it at the top, zigzagged around it, and then turned it inside out, and then sewed up a line at the bottom. So it's not exactly the neatest thing in the world, but I think it's kind of cute, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. And I used a button that my father-in-law gave me, which my mother-in-law had been saving up. I had a big pile of buttons from him. So yes, that's a little granny square bag. It's quite pleased with. It's so soft as well. No idea what I'm going to do with it. It's going to go with the pile of other bags that I have when I've got quite a big selection of bags that I've made now. And then last night, sitting in front of the TV, I made these, which are like, I suppose I need to weave in the bags, but little coasters, I guess. So they're kind of puffy, but I think they're cute. So yeah, I can put my cups or whatever on them, or something. I don't know. I have no idea. It's really good to sit in front of the TV and just have something to do with my hands. So that's great. So I'll be doing the Jarrah sweater probably tomorrow. I don't think I'll do it today. Yeah, we're almost in May, aren't we? So I was thinking about my Me Made May pledge, if I participate in that, and I'm not going to beat myself up over buying ready to wear things and wearing ready to wear things, but I do want to try and control my wardrobe a little bit. It's getting quite out of hand. So one of the things that I'd like to do for Me Made May is to clear out my wardrobe, clear out all of my older ready to wear garments, and also the items that I made last year at the beginning of my sewing journey, which are probably not as well made as some of the things that I make now, and see if I really want to keep them, or if I can repurpose them, or give them to the charity shop or something like that. And I will try and take a photo daily, even if I don't post it on Instagram or anywhere else. I do want to see what I'm wearing. I know there are a few days where I've already got plans to not wear Me Made. So I'm going to a wedding, and I have bought a dress for that because I was giving myself too much pressure to create a dress for it. So that day I won't be wearing Me Made's, itchy eye. So I think my pledge is going to be a bit of a soft one. It's clear out my wardrobe, decide what I really like. Don't beat myself up if I want to buy plain t-shirts and plain leggings and that kind of thing, because I don't enjoy making them. And I know it is a sustainable way of working, but this is a hobby for me. It's not necessarily a lifestyle choice, if that makes sense. I appreciate, and I absolutely would like to be able to be 100% sustainable, but it's just not practical. I don't have the time in the day to do the basics, like plain t-shirts and leggings and that, underwear and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to beat myself up over that. So that was a quick roundup of what I've been doing this week, what I've made. So I'm quite happy with these things, and my red t-shirt dress, which I've worn already. I think it's in the wash, so which is where I'll put photos up. And I've got some plans coming up, and so that's it really. I did realise that one of my vlogs where I talk about my sewing journey and how I ended up sewing clothes and that kind of thing, that I said I don't know anyone that sews. And funnily enough, my mum was quite put out, saying that she had to create her uniform at school, and she had to learn sewing, and her friends went to college to do sewing, and I was like, well, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize, I will apologize to you, Mum, so sorry that I missed that out, but you haven't sewn anything since I've been alive, so I haven't seen you with a sewing machine, and I've seen you darn things and fix things, but you haven't made anything. So that's what I meant. But I've also discovered that one of my sisters-in-law is a sewer, and she was even at the Stitch Festival. Not that we cross paths, but we just don't talk to each other, so I had no idea that she sewed clothes. And one of my husband's cousins, I knew she was crafty, and I knew she made lots of things. I did not realise that she was sewing clothes, and I saw a fantastic waistcoat that she had made for her husband on Instagram recently. So yeah, so I do know sewers, I just don't converse with them on a regular basis. We don't live necessarily that close to each other. So yeah, so I thought I would just say that. Can't really think of anything else to bring up. I know I've mentioned before about plans for the skirt. I haven't made the skirt yet in the stripy fabric. That's still sitting waiting to do. I guess the weather's just not right for it for me at the moment. And I've also talked about other dresses that I want to make. And I think what's putting me off on those is cutting things out. I'll put a picture up here of what it looks like when you cut out things from the book. So this book, I mean, it's great getting 12 sewing patterns in it, but it's, you know, this is what one of the pattern pages looks like, and you have to identify which of the lines relates to the pattern that you're doing, and then trace over those, and I just need the right brain power to be able to do that. So I have not traced out the dresses or the shirts that I want, which is that one and that one. But I have traced out that skirt now, and I have that jumper, which I've made previously. Well, I'll get around to the rest when I can bring myself to do it. So yeah, so another quick video from me. If you have enjoyed watching me waffle on, then please do give me a like and a subscribe. I'm not very good at self-promotion. I prefer to just sit back and see what happens, so I don't tend to notify people, put it out on social media, but I do have Instagram. I do post on there from time to time, and I'd love to get in touch with other sewers. So if you've got any questions or any things that you would like to talk to me about, then do give me a comment below and I will respond. And yeah, it'd be good to hear from you. So thanks for watching, and speak to you soon.